Hey, how y'all doing? It's Sharonda, and hey, how y'all doing? And today I am here with a yes, no, maybe video. So let's go ahead and get into this thing, shall we? Hey, how y'all doing? I hope your Christmas went great. I hope your weekend went well. I hope your weekend upcoming is even better. So this yes, no, maybe video is gonna be like a little spin, a little, a little razzle dazzle, if you if you will, on my recent reads videos. And mainly shout out to my girl Shades and Pages, Tama over at Shades and Pages. You may find her on Bookstagram and the Tickety Talk Clock app, for now. You may find her on those platforms, also book threads under the name Shades and Pages. But thank you, Boo, for this idea. Appreciate it a lot. So I really didn't think I would be like so much into Christmas reads this last, the week of Christmas, and this, this kind of like last week. But it has been some, some very cute, very, cute reads that I've came across, that I've been discovering. Um, but let's go ahead and start. First book we're gonna start off with is Mrs. Claus is a Serial Killer by Fatima Monroe, and this is definitely a goddamn yes. Okay, because Santa Claus, Mrs. Claus being a serial killer, yes, I'm here for him. I'm here for it. Okay, and why is Mrs. Claus a serial killer? Well, let me tell you if you want to know. Uh, good old Saint Nick can't keep his dick to himself, and she's sick of his shit. Okay, he's not just cheating, y'all. He cheating in her face. Okay, he bringing home babies. He got babies all over the world, and and these women is just expecting Mrs. Claus to be, oh nice, jolly, Mrs. Claus, she's so sweet, she's so nice, and she like, nope, nope, I ain't doing it. But I like this book. It was really, really cute. And basically, inside of this book, like I said, Mrs. Claus is currently in jail for her last murder. Okay, the lady was just sick of Santa Claus and his wayward dick. She was just over it. Okay, and she was sick of these women popping up in her face, just being so disrespectful. You know, but the book has some very good messages as well. The main one I took from this is basically, as women, what we tend to sometimes allow, in the name of, having a relationship, or, being married, or saying, I'm married, or I have a boyfriend, or I have this, or I have that, you know what I'm saying? Because Mrs. Claus was very complicit inside of this book in what good old Saint Nick was doing, okay? And her thinking that he was going to change was crazy work, and he just wouldn't. But it's a very, very interesting read. I liked it a lot. We have some, some fabs on some old, some Christmas characters. The Grinch pops up in the end in a very um, crazy surprise. I was like, okay. Which we found out that, I ain't gonna spill the beans, but yeah, very interesting read. We have Baba Yaba, the witch, that is mentioned in here. We have a little nice display of different seasonal characters, throughout this read. But basically, yeah, Mrs. Claus was not dealing with Santa Claus's shit, and she was over it. Okay. Next book is going to be All I Want for Christmas Is Your Mom by Shay Sanders. Okay, for all my age gap girlies, this is your read. This is your read, okay? And it's messy as hell too. Shout out to Shay Sanders for a Christmas drop read, okay? If you're looking for something to read after the holidays, definitely listen. If you is the type of person that is reading Christmas books well into January, add this one to your list. This is short, this is sweet, loved it, messy, okay? And basically, inside of this book, we have Holly, who is trying to get back in, the Christmas mood. Her daughter is coming back home. Her daughter Noelle have like this estranged relationship after the death of Holly's husband, her dad. And I'll explain that later. But basically, inside of this book, you find out that your daughter is bringing home a boyfriend, a friend. And okay, cool, 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 cool. But what if you find out that friend is somebody that you have already met, and y'all kind of like was already lusting after each other, honey? crazy work, okay? Crazy work. I enjoyed this book, and this is definitely going to be a yes for me. I like this book. It was messy because listen, Joy's sister is the type of the messiness that I aspire to be as a old as nosy lady, okay? Because the sister was like, I see something going on between you and Nick. His name was Nick. What's going on here, sister? What's going on here? This was a very good read. I liked it. But it has some good themes as well. Joy is still grieving the loss of her husband, and she also finds out that her husband was not the man she thought he was. And this also leads to not just her grieving, but finding out some very, not so good things about her husband. This also leads to this strange relationship that her and Noel are having. So it makes it even more messier that her and Noel are trying to get this relationship, back, this mom-daughter relationship back. But good old Nick is in the way, honey. Good old Nick is in the way. And Nick was not to be deader. When Nick walked in that house and he saw Joy, he was like, oh wait. Wait. My mama, my mama raised me with manners, but I want the mama, the daughter, nope. I want the mama. And Nick made it his mission of letting Joy know, yeah, what girl, what we had going on, I want a little bit more of. And Joy is trying to resist it, but listen, Nick was applying the pressure. He was not playing with Joy. It was a very good read. I like the themes inside of the story. Very messy read. If you like mess on Christmas, family mess on Christmas, definitely check this out. I was very, very interested. And you say, Sharonda, what goes on with the daughter? Well, you got to read the book to find out. Noelle had her own issues. I will say that I would have wanted more of a conversation between Joy and Noelle at the end of the book. It's like the situation is resolved, but I kind of felt like, it wasn't really. I just wanted more of a more full conversation between them, more than, just, I love you and we'll talk later. You know what I mean? Yeah, I needed a little bit more on page, but for the most part, definitely a yes. Okay. And then the next book is going to be Hurry Down My Chimney Tonight by Lily S. Flowers. And if you are a erotica girly, this is definitely a book to check out. And basically inside of this book, you have good old Saint Nick and Mrs. Santa Claus, who on the night before Christmas, and the night on Christmas, and the night after Christmas, they are doing the do's with some of the elves, okay? And I like this book. This is definitely, can I say yes, maybe? I'm going to say yes, maybe. I like the book for what it gave me. Very heavy on the erotica, little bit of a story, which I like, okay? Because basically we're getting what the book is. It's a erotica. It's a Christmas erotica, and I'm here for that, okay? But basically inside of this book, Santa Claus has to get back from his bout around the world by 5 o'clock, or he can't join in on the festivities that is going on between Mrs. Claus and the elves. Okay, this is definitely an all hands on deck book, if you know what I'm talking about. Okay, everybody has their hands in somebody's pants inside of this book, and I liked it. Or panties, or drawers, whatever you want to call it. Okay, this is a very, very. The scenes were definitely hot as hell. Especially, listen, I don't know. I think I'm becoming a male girly because oh my god, the scenes between Santa Claus and the male elf. So good. So good. But the scenes were definitely hot. Definitely, if you're looking for a quick erotica read, definitely check this one out. Very, very cute read. Okay, Miss Flowers, okay. It's like, girl, not Santa Claus and Mrs. Claus getting on with the elves. Okay, yes. We is here for it, all right. And then last but not least, I have The Grinch's Roommate by Sherelle Green. This was cute. This is another who knew I was gonna be doing all these Christmas reads. But anyway, inside of this book we have Sage, who is a Grinch towards the holidays. She don't like it, and she has her reasons why. It's a child. When I found out the reason why, I was like, oh, I don't shit. Well, I don't think I would like Christmas either. But cause girl, what? Anyway, so she is attracted to her brother's best friend, Grayson, and Grayson is attracted to her. They always had like this attraction towards each other growing up and stuff like that. And there's a prologue to the story before we go inside the full story where they actually act on it for like one weekend. And Sage thought Nick was going to be like, let's make this a thing, but it kind of like didn't happen. And Sage, they just didn't get it together, and I was like, anyway, child. So fast forward to present, Grayson wants Sage, and he has figured out a way to get her. So Sage, since she is a hater, like a hater of the holidays, she decides to vacation at her brother's and get Grayson's vacation home in the DR. And Grayson is just like, I'm going to pretend. I'm just gonna go pretend that I have a client in the DR, and I'm gonna go see what's up with Sage. And the story just goes from there. This was definitely another yes maybe for me. I liked the book for what it was. I think the romance and the attraction between Grayson and Sage was very much on page, and I liked the energy between them. I like the idea of the whole, like sometimes when you go into these stories where, the dude has a crush on his best friend's little sister and does like the brother's in a goddamn way. Get your ass out the way. I like that. I like that, Sherelle Green didn't really like focus on that. The reason why Sage and Grayson really couldn't get it together was because of their own personal reasons, you know what I mean? And now that Grayson is like, like we got to get past this shit, and Grayson realizes that he fucked up that weekend that they had together, and he should have been more honest with her on his feelings and wanting to, not just be with her, but, stay with her, make some type of relationship with her, and he didn't. He realized he fucked that up, and he's trying to fix it by pretending that he needs to stay at the house the week that she happens to just be vacationing there. But I like the whole vibe of them going around an island. I love that she focused on like how they were there on vacation, but I love the idea of having characters actually interacting with the locals on these vacation islands that we are putting inside this book. Grayson was very active on the island. He was very active inside of the communities, the poor communities on the island. He was always giving back to the island, giving back to an island that gave to him. And I just love to see that on page. So in the vibes, like I said, the vibes between them was cute. When we got to the reason why Sage did not like Christmas, I was like, I was shocked. I was flabbergasted. I was like, what? Crazy. But very cute read. Far as the romance, there's a heavy theme. Especially both Grayson and Sage have their issues, right? But especially with Sage, there's some heavy themes inside of this book. But I like it for what it was. Okay. So yeah, that is it for me. I like this. This is definitely. Well, I really didn't have any no's with these reads. I kind of enjoyed all these books for what they were, and I thought they were all cute. So that is it for me, y'all. This will probably be like my last like video on this channel for the year. I'm definitely going to do a live on Sunday because like I said previously, I'm trying to get into the habit of doing more lives. But I'll see you guys will hear from me on Sunday. But until the next one, later days. Bye, y'all.